Nerdrotic.com.
It's that time again for the Super Chat Square Up, ladies and gentlemen, for the Nerdrotic Nooner, the Inquisition, and last week's Friday Night Tights. Got a lot of mopping up to do, got a lot of questions to answer that deserve their due time, and they are going to get it starting right now. Was going to give you an update on the Cal exit situation, but I am going to just go ahead and make a video. We had some very interesting news here in California. The mayor of Los Angeles threatened to turn off people's water if they had too big of a party, and that's kind of a problem. That's kind of a problem. But I think that deserves a video, and I think I can roll that into Cal exit pretty well. So we're going to do that. So let's get to the questions instead. A lot of questions about Star Trek, Star Wars rumors, and all the stuff we've talked about over the last 2 weeks. A lot of live streaming, and it's been a hell of a lot of fun. And thank you all for your support. Again, you are beautiful, smart, and gracious people with excellent taste. With excellent taste. So we start with the Inquisition, where we left off last time. Corson, witch in residence, can't stay tonight. Got a hot date. Keep up the fight, boys. Well, Corin, I hope your date went well. I hope you found another witch in residence or warlock. I'm not sure. Whatever you're into. Not judging here. We don't judge here. Over here in this sphere of the fandom menace and whatever at Nerdrotic. Beltalauda. Hale Beltalauda for £2. Thank you very much. God, I miss the Expanse. Hopefully, season 5. I don't know how much they had filmed, so I don't know when that's coming out. I haven't heard much news. Luka Pilpovic for $5 Australian. Hey guys. A Karen politician is trying to ban anime here in Australia. Any advice? Leave. No, you can't leave everywhere. Fight it. Find out how you can get rid of that politician. There is a lot of anime fans out there, and if you want to unite both parties, get rid of anime. Get rid of it. It would be like a politician trying to get rid of the internet. That politician wouldn't last very long. Cisco Kid, thank you for the $20 donation. Bless you. Bless you, Cisco Kid. Darth Mortis. Are Alex Kurtzman and Daniel Kibblesmith the same person? The resemblance, I'm thinking are identical. They are pretty close. It's kind of, it's the bearded soy. There's a lot of bearded soy out there. There's a lot of times I have just thought about shaving this thing off because of like the Chuck Wendigs of the world. But no, they are not going to take the beard from me. They'll eventually shave it off anyway. I'm going to keep mine on because it's been on for a long, long time. So if you ask an SJW, their response about the businesses that have been burned down is they're just businesses. These cold-hearted, cruel, vengeful people don't care about people, only trophies, tokens, and labels. You are not wrong there. No, they don't care about people. It's almost like sociopathic behavior is the commonality. It really is. McQueen fan, 73 for $9.99. Imagine a crossover event starring Mikey Spock and Wonder Ray. The two bestest ever. Good Lord. Well, I'm sure there is some fan fiction out there where it's happened. Maybe with some scissoring involved. You never know. There are 4 lights. There are 4 lights, says Zuzo's Corner for 2 Canadian pesos. Hiroshi Scorer. Hail, Gary. Hail, Lord Doomcock. I will watch later tonight, so I don't know if you already did, but please talk about Dark. Deserves to be reviewed by you too. Maybe I'll do a video review of it. I was kind of thinking I just wanted to do video reviews this month. I mean, they take a little bit of time, but they're fun. I just did a Lore Dex review that I dropped. I'm almost done with the Umbrella Academy review, which hopefully will be out tomorrow. But I mean, the day flew by. I finished my video. It was 4 p.m. and then I had to sit down and do this. I have been in this office since 8 o'clock in the morning. Digi Akuma for $5. Word has it they will try to throw lore into season 2 of Picard. Clearly, they won't do research, nor will they know of his final fate with Descent episode. No, they won't. But, well, you know, it depends. If they're... I maintain that their Star Trek knowledge comes from YouTube clips. Fred W. Manzo for $4.99. This isn't science fiction, but soap opera in space with explosions. With explosions. You're right. No, the writing has gone down, and honestly, I blame the CW. I blame the CW. Cicero Adolphus for $50. We did read this on the live stream, but I'm going to read it again. Hey, Gary and Doomcock, I've always been a Star Wars fan. The Lucas movies, but listening to both of you and the chat and your passion, I'm going to give Star Trek a shot. Any recommendations from you guys or the chat of what Trek to watch and what to skip? Skip Kurtzman's Trek, skip JJ Trek, start at the original series and go ahead all the way through Enterprise and you'll be just fine. And make sure to catch that animated series from the 70s. Culture Casino for $2. Kurt Sutter, one of the reasons The Shield is good. You're absolutely right, Mr. Culture Casino. We appreciate you and your DUI Tallahassee lawyer looking ass. Russian Bot 1918. Gary, you would love Terriers set in San Diego. Yeah, I heard that, and maybe I'll check it out. Extra time. I do not have extra time this month. As a matter of fact, I'm behind on packing already, so we're going to have to sacrifice something. I don't know what. I'm not sure what. Joe Duckworth for $4.99. Another example. British show Life on Mars, they had the whole story laid out. Number one show they had and refused to go a third season. And it's a brilliant show. God, I got to get that on Blu-ray. I do. Rented Identity for $2 Australian. There are some good Trump mangas on YouTube. I'm sure there are. When it comes to the Orange Man, you know what? I don't dislike the Orange Man. I don't. He is a president, a sitting president that will get voted out someday, like all the other presidents do. And I don't see a need for all the hysteria, but that's what happens when the media lies. And you let lunatics take over the asylum, because that's pretty much what's going on right now. That shit going down in California is just, man, my son was pissed. He's like, it's time for revolution. I'm like, people have to get off their asses to do that, though. Mark C for $10. The Captain America run you were referring to was the Marvel Knights run post John Cassidy. My Captain America ended with the first run of surprisingly Wade Garney. No, I like the early aughts Captain America, Mark C, quite a bit. And yes, it was right after 9/11. Big as 169 for $5. Great show. Can't wait till Friday for my birthday or Friday night tights and frolics, and hopefully a special birthday song from Doomcock. All hail. Oh, you'll get it. And yeah, I think we passed your birthday already. So happy birthday again. A Little Chestnut for €5. This stream is so unbelievably amazing. When two great minds collide, we get this amazing conversation. So many good stories. You guys are awesome. You're awesome, Little Chestnut. I appreciate the kind words. Thank you for the €5. IK 1906 for $5. We'll never get the level of rich, emotional storytelling we got from Batman, the original series again. Remember the Baby Doll and Two-Face episode. Oh my God, yes. Oh, no, we won't. You won't. And you won't get that from science fiction again either. I was on Bear Nerd Fun's channel last week, and we watched Balance of Terror, and that episode is so fucking good. It is classic all-time television. Thomas Gilkey for $4.99. Hale Nerdrotic and Hale, my Lord Doomcock. Thank you so much for all you both do. Your voices are being heard. Much love, and much love to you. And it was great being on your live stream, buddy. And thank you for all your support. You are a good man. despite what Drunk 3PO says. Lost Hope for $5 Australian. They can do an extended universe trek, then have crossover episodes with My Little Pony and the New Warriors. Don't give them any ideas, but that would be amazing content for this channel. It really would. If Thor isn't a disabled black trans lesbian in Love and Thunder, I will be very disappointed and offended. He said offended, but I said disappointed too. Says Hyper Kaiju for $5 American dollars. Tone's review for $5. While chat is on Lord of the Rings, I don't get the TV show. Take the extended films, add some new footage, and split into episodes cheap as chips that will rate. Yeah. What do you mean? If they took Lord of the Rings and found every second of footage they can put into it, break it into 4 times 3 is 12. That'll be 12 episodes. I'd watch it. It sucks we don't have Suri and Home around anymore to like narrate in between, but then, you know, we can get, they can get anybody to do it if they wanted to. Adam Wolford for $5. Firefly is a ripoff of Outlaw Star anime series. Yeah, I don't know much about Cowboy Bebop. I've heard there's a little Cowboy Bebop in it too. I don't care what, you know what? There's a Adam Wolford. We talked about this in the last live stream, and it may be a ripoff, and I still love it, but maybe it's an homage. And there is a difference between an homage and a ripoff. Taking the tardigrades game and putting it in schlock Star Trek, especially when you're putting it in Star Trek, such a beloved, valued franchise, that's pathetic, and it's a ripoff. Firefly is classic television. It is brilliant classic television. I would watch it right now. I got a Mal action figure right up there. I agree with Adam's super chat. Firefly is a ripoff of Outlaw Star for sure, and I don't know what Outlaw Star is, but I'm sure it's good. But calling it a ripoff might be going a little too far. It depends. Because I've always heard it was Cowboy Bebop, but again, I've never watched a second of Cowboy Bebop, so I don't know. Unknown, thank you for the $4.99. Austin Trench for $1.99. Please don't ruin Ultraman, please. Rented Identity for $5. If you feel disenfranchised with comics, give manga a try. I respect manga. Rented Identity always did this, and I am trying one. I'm trying Berserk right now, and I'm liking it. It's the art I have a little bit of trouble with. I'm not crazy about the art style. I like classic comic book art style. I don't even like the modern shit that they put out there. And there's certain like Umberto Ramos. I don't like his art. I don't like the graffiti style manga art either. Scotty Young art, don't like it at all. But I like Ethan Van Sciver art. And I like George Perez art and John Byrne. I'm just, Sal Buscema. That's the kind of art I like. I could go on, and I won't. All these titles being read off, eye rolls. Digi Akuma. I can't remember what titles we were reading off too. Oh my God, The Rocketeer. Not that many comics produced by Dave Stevens. Some of the best fucking art ever. Dave Stevens, genius of a man right there. We got 2 from Captain Spire, and this is concerning Alec from Axanar. I know this is a dead horse, but I'm flipping done with Axanar. Alec compared Who Mourns for Adonis and Kirk's confronting Apollo as the same as BLM and protesters up to the hatred to Orange Man. Alec has guests who pander to nonstop attacks on anyone who judges STD, STP to downright supporting CBS and its choices. He firmly believes that only hate towards him is over finances. Yeah, Captain, lose the guy. That's what I did. I don't talk about him. He doesn't enter my brain. I never had a thing against the guy, but dude, let's face it. Alec talks long shit about people. That's what he does. That's his thing. And go look at all of his past relationships. Look at how many people he has pissed off. All for a fucking fan film, bro. A fucking fan film, not original material. somebody else's IP that you decide to make something pretty good with the help of a lot of talented people. And look what, like, how old is Axanar now? I mean, it's yesterday's news. Simple as that. Yesterday's fucking news. And again, he can talk all the shit he wants. I don't care. This is a subject I do not bring up unless one of you does in the chat, and I will address it. And the guy has been, I don't know. I don't understand. He's never reached out to me to try to have a conversation. He's just talked a lot of shit. All I would do is tell him to watch my Star Trek Lower Decks review. Fat Steven Seagal beat up Ryan Johnson. Comic-Con video titles are like Tom King's writing. They are. Oh my God, they are. I mean, whoa. I think we should go over that on Friday Night Tights. We should go over some of the titles of some of the panels for Comic-Con because it's pretty cringe. Mark C., the only part of San Diego Comic-Con at home I've watched is Pixel Dan's toy reviews. Yeah, I mean, there were good panels, but it was buried in entertainment is female, stuff like that. Josh Crush, 2003 was a bad year. Firefly and Farscape canceled. Yep, but at least we got them. All right, at least we got them, and those shows are far superior to a lot of stuff that's out there. B5, Sheridan takes a flying leap, says R. Fletch for $2. Drury Nitpicker, I just escaped from a Tijuana prison. If you felt bad for Andy escaping from sewers of Shawshank, try the TJ sewers, where every night is Mexican food night. Ha ha, hail, my overlords. I've actually been in a Tijuana jail, Drury Nitpicker. Have you? Drury Nitpicker for $4.99. That one's for $9.99. Knowing Drury Nitpicker, he has. Going to start a channel with just me narrating. I do voices. Any recommendations on equipment and tech to make and edit videos? Hale and thanks. Start small. Most money you should spend is right here on your microphone. Get a Rode Podcaster. Get a microphone. There's something built in. I forgot what it was called, but you could find it on the Rode Podcaster where it automatically levels the sound for you, and it works great. As far as camera is concerned, you can get a Logitech 920C, I think it is, and it's 1080p. This one right here. This works fine. This is what Jeremy uses, and most everybody uses, and it works fine with the live streaming. And StreamYard recently upgraded to 1080p, and it looks great. They did a great job. I'm fucking loving StreamYard right now. So, and, well, on Friday Night Tights, you're going to see this bad boy. Now, this was $500, but that's for later. Don't start out with that. It took me, I couldn't justify this until I hit 250,000 subs. And in reality, I couldn't justify it to Mrs. Nerdrotic until I hit 250,000 subs. Hell, I wanted to get a neon on the air sign, and I only just got that. Nettle Nerds for $5. Recommendations for Exozone, The Fall of Cabal by Quent's World on YouTube. I will check that out, Nettle Nerds. And hail, you guys. Love you guys. NG1Teve, thank you for the super sticker. I appreciate it for $5. Alex Game for $5 Australian dollars. Love you guys. Love you too. No homo. No, full homo, dude. Full homo. Keep fighting for truth and common sense. Absolutely. Big boy. Eric K for $4.99. Space is a vacuum. Sonar does not work in space. No, it does not work. But Alex Kurtzman's head is a vacuum, yet somehow it functions, and we don't know why. NG1T for $5. Keep sieging Disney. Keep Disney shut down. They have to sell Star Wars with new owner hiring Doomcock and Gary and the great Fandom Menace. Thank you. Well, most certainly you have Doomcock right. Doomcock plans all the storylines for everyone, including erasing the original trilogy. Doomcock rewrites the original trilogy. I will handle all marketing, including I would pitch a legit television show. Fuck movie theaters at this point. I would pitch a legit television show. You jump. And honestly, I got this idea from Jeremy. You don't, after you erase the original trilogy and send Luke off right, you jump 100 years. 100 years, and you go from there. You get a brand new Dark Lord from somewhere, but you got to have a Dark Lord, and you got to have a good Jedi, and it's got to be fantasy. And honestly, what's 100 years in Star Wars? You know, you would barely notice. You'd have some updated ships, but and I would go full fantasy with it. I would straight up go Tolkien, not George R. R. Martin. Everybody wants to go George R. R. Martin. No Star Wars with boobs. No, you go with Tolkien. Good versus evil. Evil. A traditional story. You know, I am way too busy to be even thinking about this. But the creative juices are flowing again. And I've got a comic. And it's a story I've been working on since I was a kid. That in about a year I might consider producing. What I would do is I would plot it out. And that would be it. I'd plot it out and have somebody else write it, somebody else draw it. Because it's way beyond me. It's way beyond my talent. But I think it's a good story. And you know what? Maybe on the Nerdrotic Nooner, I wouldn't want to take Doomcock's time or anybody's time on Friday Night Tights, but I would most certainly talk about it on a Nerdrotic Nooner and give you guys my pitch. And you be honest with me. You be very honest with me and tell me if it's worth it or not. I trust you guys. If you guys say, that sounds like shit, you probably shouldn't do it, I'll listen to you. I will. And it won't hurt my fifis because I am perfectly fine YouTubing. I am perfectly fine streaming. R. Fletch. Don't mince words, Gary. I won't fucking mince some fucking motherfucking words. Got a kick in some money now that for the rare and special rant from Gary. You never see one from him unless he is truly passionate about it. Bravo. Well, thank you. Yes, I was pissed. I was fucking angry. You're going to get one in the next video, though. Polaris sucks for $5. Drinker was so right in his review. I mean, is Drinker ever wrong? We love the Drinker. Pass on my, he was on last Friday Night Tights. Love the guy. The show was about Soji and they just threw in Picard last minute as a name. Soji, dodge, suck, and don't care about it. And Polaris sucks. You're right. The Drinker was right. But so were Doomcock and I, because we were both saying that like long before the show came out. Thank you for the phallic unicorn. But you know what? 2-3 people can separately come to the same opinion separately. I'm not saying he took it from us. I'm just saying he's really smart. Phallic unicorn from Matt G. Thank you for the $1.49. Romulan 64 for $5. Y'all familiar with Yuri Bezmenov, ex-KGB officer who warned the West about demoralization and ideological subversion? We should have listened. Oh, a lot of us did. But not enough. Romulan 64, not enough. That's hard truth to say, man. I don't want this to end in conflict. I don't. But if we don't do something quick, I think it might. Darth Gorebag for $15.15. Star Trek is not a platform. It is a canvas. Oh, that's beautiful. On which to paint fantastic and wonderful stories. Funny that somebody named Darth Gorebag, by the way, I got a Gorebag action figure right over there, Darth Gorebag, comes up with something so beautifully eloquent. Culture Casino, thank you for the phallic unicorn. The great John Saxon died. Yes, he did. And rest in peace, John Saxon. Hale, if I drank, I'd pour something. My metaphorical glass of alcohol is dumping some metaphorical liquor out for you, the great John Saxon. Thank you, Jeffrey Reilly, for $2. The Mirrorsphere Origins, who is an author himself and is working on a massive fantasy book. Hey, still waiting for your opinion on those chapters and the Mirror Sphere Origins for $2. I will check it and I will see how long they are. And I said this on the live stream, and I'll tell everyone, books are good. That's not something I can't read books. I don't have time to read books. If you want to send me a chapter, I'll try to take a crack at a chapter, a couple pages, certainly. I barely have time to read comic books I bought. I definitely want to read your stuff. I want to support your stuff. And once Lady Gravemaster gets fully trained up, she's still got a ways to go. That should free my time up, and her and I both can take a crack at books out there. Again, we can't read the entire book unless it's like 100-page. If it's like the size of a little paperback, maybe, but it's not going to be quick. I will eventually get to it. I have a stack of books, Mirror Sphere Origins, that have come in prior to your chapters that were sent to me via P.O. Box that are a year old that I haven't gotten to yet. So, but I will eventually get to them. Hale, Gary. Hale, Doomcock. We're not worthy. Yes, you are. No, we're not worthy. You are most definitely worthy. You make the channel. I do not. I am just a bloke with a big mouth who talks on a microphone with an internet connection, and that's it. Thank you, Vake. We appreciate you. We appreciate all of you. We appreciate Mirror Sphere Origins, who's writing this beautiful story and is trying to get that out there to the world. And we want to support him as much as possible because we're not getting this from our establishments that we just, at this point, like with sci-fi and fantasy, fuck them all. Fuck them all. Just support the Mirror Sphere Origins. I love that name, by the way. So Jake D, my good friend Jake D, for $5. Hale, Exozone, love this stuff, and thank you for kicking me in the butt to start creating content. Love listening to both of y'all, and you are welcome, Jake D, and you got the gift, man. Just like what I saw with Ryan Cannell, I see it with you, Jake D. Same thing. So you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to pause this, and I'm going to read a little bit of the Mirror Sphere's Origins chapter, and I'm going to give you a little review right now. Okay, I looked and I couldn't find them anywhere. I checked under your Gmail. I checked under your name. So make sure you send them to Gary@nerdrotic.com. Hit up Lady Gravemaster and see if you can just forward them to her, and then she can get them to me. All right, buddy? Jake D, thank you again. Diego Flores for 20 pesos. We'll just say pesos. There is a series of games called Super Robot War Original Generation 1 and 2 for the Game Boy Advanced. That part of the storyline has alien tech pushing human development and alternate reality. Awesome. Yeah. So towards the end of the Inquisition, Doomcock and I did a special Exozone discussing the non-terrestrial craft our government has admitted finding. Aliens don't disprove God, says Space Monkey 0899 for $1.99. They most definitely do not. They most definitely do not. As a matter of fact, I think they go towards proving the existence of a grand creator that we can call God or whatever we want to call it. I believe there is a grand architect. There's no way, in my humble opinion, all this shit happened by accident. It just didn't. I will give you one example of something that should not exist, but does. And the fact that this thing exists so perfectly in the way it does, and it's so integral to life on Earth right now, that there's no way somebody didn't engineer this thing, in my humble opinion. It's called the moon. Look into it. There's a lot of weirdness when it comes to our moon, where actual scientists have said it should not exist. Southeastern Kaiju, good thing for the Space Force, Semper Supra. Hell yeah. Derek McManus for £2, stayed up past 4 a.m. UK time for the Exozone. Hale. Well, it's going to come back in a month. Thunder Robots, aliens. How do we find the Galactic Expressway? Earth. BLM, cancel that virus mask riots. Aliens, roll them up. Roll them up. Smoke them if you got them. Get out of my office, Kolchak. Out, out, says R. Fletch for $5. I like that. Jacques Valet is in San Francisco. Might be a good Exozone interview before you bug out of California. Is Jacques Valet here? Is he here? Redog no 7. Redog no 7. I don't know how to say that name. Thank you for the $5. And I miss our bell too. Bill Keller for $2.79 Canadian. Jacques Valet is awesome. That's a good idea. I'll just call you Red. R. Fletch, shadow ship discovered in Antarctica? Nah, they're on Mars and Ganymede. Ganymede for $5. Yeah, I don't know if they're, I mean, whatever was on Antarctica, it has been pulverized by the 2 miles of ice that is on top of most of the surface. Okay, so I'm going to try this name again. Red Dogna 70. No, Red Dogno 7 for $5. George Knapp was on the Joe Rogan show last week talking about the New York Times article Worth a Listen. Oh, I did not know that. Oh shit, I'm listening to that tonight. God dang it. I'm subscribed to Joe Rogan. How come I'm not seeing this stuff? Dana Bailey for $5. Have always loved these subjects. Yeah, this will test and see how many people actually watch the Super Chat Square Ups and how far inside you guys go. Because you're going to be the only one who knows this. Doomcock and I are going to get very serious about the Exozone. It's not just coming back. It's coming back, and I'm considering even giving up a live stream for the Exozone. Like maybe one of my nooners. I don't know. One of my other commitments on another channel. I don't know. We'll have to see how things play out. But the Exozone is going to get very, very serious to the point where I'm going to start doing it on my main channel. And then we're going to probably do side podcasts and interviews. We've had the offer of a producer previously, and he did good work, but it was just too much for me at the time. The channel was growing like gangbusters, and I needed a producer myself. So once Lady Gravemaster again gets trained up, and she's got a ways to go. Essentially, you'll know Lady Gravemaster is trained up when I can just make videos and fire up live streams, and I don't have to do a ton of prep. Right now, I'm still doing a ton of prep. And I don't mind doing it for my videos, but I would love to be freed up to do some more Exozone. But the thing is, none of this is work. It's so much fun. I am so grateful that you guys are interested, and it really fires me up that you guys are interested in the UFO stuff, because I'll be real with you. I'm hoping the culture war ends someday. I am. I'm hoping I don't have to make another video about a fucking SJW or an NPC or some Access Media bullshitting the public or trying to set the record straight with Disney or CBS out there straight up lying to you all the disrespect towards fans. I hope all of that fucking stops. We get good Star Trek, good Star Wars. Fans are treated with respect. I don't expect it to be perfect, by the way, and it doesn't need to be perfect. Far from it. I would just like basic human decency out there right now. And you know what? Listen, our side is not guilt-free. There's been a couple of transgressions over the last week, which I will not shed any light on. They had nothing to do with me, but I got some blowback from it. And that's, that goes with associations. And I've had people on my channel and they've gone off to say things somewhere else, and people start judging me for what they said. And my answer to those people is my answer here. I am not that person's daddy. I have no control over what people say on their other channel, nor would I want there to be control, nor would I shun them for something they said, no matter how much I disagree with it or how stupid I think it was. I'm debating on whether I should say something. Comicsgate. I guess some sound got clipped out of a live stream where somebody, and I haven't listened to it, so I don't know if this is just bullshit or if this actually happened. I'm just going off of what I heard in 5 emails I got over the last week. So I guess Tess Fowler is somebody I don't like at all. I just don't like Tess Fowler. I think she's talentless and she has too much control over the comic book industry and she's part of the Whisper Network and blah, 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 but apparently she has cancer. Okay, well, I'm very sorry she has cancer. I don't want her to have cancer. I want her to live forever so I can disagree with her for the rest of her life. I said the same thing about Brian Hibbs. Brian Hibbs had a heart attack. He is in the hospital. As much as he and I disagree, Brian Hibbs is also a dad. I know his son Benjamin and his wife, and I don't want anything bad to happen to Brian. I want him to be healthy so he and I can disagree on shit for the rest of our lives. I don't ever want to get that personal where we're wishing death. Now, the other side does that towards us all the time, but I think that's a line I'm not going to cross personally. So somebody, I guess, mocked Tess Fowler's cancer. I'll just say this. If you want to make jokes like that, that's fine. Just be prepared for the blowback and be prepared for how much damage it does to the cause. Not telling you what to say, not telling you what not to say. Just be prepared for the damage that does to your cause. Because now it's going to take a calendar year to get out from under that. That will be used on you forever. And it's going to take a good year to get some credibility back because that's a major blow. It was a huge mistake. It shouldn't have been done. It shouldn't have been said, but somebody said it. Oh, well. And it was probably just off the cuff. I don't know. Again, it was probably off the cuff. I don't know what the context was. It might not have been said at all, but damage done. Damage done. Wesley Harold. V, the original 80s one, is the best miniseries. It's one of the best, for sure. It's one of the best. Not going to argue with you there. R. Fletch, Godzilla is Gary's spirit animal. Yes. Actually, it's Gamora. Rock Flanagan. Thank you for the super sticker for $3. You rock. Eccentric Thinker 142 for $5. How does Eagle Rare stack up against Pappy? Oh, I have no idea. I have no idea. What's Eagle Rare and Pappy? Is that, that's right. That's booze. That's booze. So I have no idea what you're talking about. I'm like, that's got to be one of 3 things. Warhammer 40K, anime, manga, or booze. Margie Smiles for $4.99. Vatican cleared. FBI flew metric tons of gold out. Thousands of priesthood arrests and charged with PEDO. Info on otherworldly beings coming. There you go. As far as the P to the E to the D to the O, remember the Boy Scouts were taken down because of that. The Catholic Church suffered a major blow because of that. Yet, public schools are never talked about. Never, ever talked about. And when I'm on a platform that I can be on regularly, hopefully talking about Exozone stuff, we will talk about that. I've got a story that I've told in my AA story. I'll tell again some other day. And I've got questions. Who's protecting the P to the E to the D to the O's in the public school system? Well, the answer is obvious. The unions. Culture Casino for $5. Wes Moody webcast is 100% right. Star Trek Continues is awesome, and it is. Hollywood is boned unless they return to form. Independents make better material. Flat out right. 1,000% right. Hale Culture Casino for $5. Nicholas Horton for £5. Mandatory in the UK. Now, since Friday, we have to wear a mask all the time now. Yep, I got mine. Right here. I always forget it. I don't mind it. Again, I don't mind being asked, being told. Whole different story. Okay, now it's time to get to Friday Night Tights. Okay, now it's time for Friday Night Tights. Got quite a bit to do. Then we're going to get to some Nerdrotic Nooner stuff. But I am on a time limit today, so hopefully we can get it all done. I'm going to do my very best, so here we go. Benjamin Flensborg for 100 Danish krona. 100 Danish krona. It's amazing. Thank you, Benjamin Flensborg. I like saying Flensborg. Hail Friday Night Tights. As my man, our very own Ryan Drake is on tonight. Comics fashionably late as per usual. Been waiting for this all week. Always entertaining and informative. Thanks, guys, for the guysies. You're welcome. You're welcome. Now, there is going to be a bit of an announcement on Friday Night Tights concerning our hosts. We're going to be doing something a little different out of necessity, but I'm sure you guys will be just fine with it. I am. I personally am. Jack White for $5. The reason Wokeman exists is because Damon was inspired by an essay written by the race baiter Ta-Nehisi Coates. You are correct, sir. You are correct. Nando Soups for $2. No one writes comics like Alan Moore did today. Nobody can. Alan Moore can't even write comics like he used to. Crispy Critters for $5. What happens when the gods lack purity? Should be the Watchmen's overall theme. Yep, it should. So I'm working on, speaking of Watchmen, the Umbrella Academy review. I certainly think differently about it now than I did when I talked about it on Stream, because I've watched the entire season now. I will say I ended up ultimately enjoying it. Sorry for the crumbling, but I am opening up Hotel Oblivion right here. I got a full set of Hotel Oblivion right here. And it's quite a good comic. Now, and we have the Sparrow Academy. That has yet to come out. This is my Umbrella Academy in my store folio. That's the first appearance, of course. If you open the store folio, you got the books right in there. And it's a great way to store them. I did ultimately enjoy it, but it's got its flaws. It's got some major flaws in it. So I'm giving it probably like barely a 7 out of 10. Because half the main characters, the family, are boring, predictable stories, including number 1, Vanya, number 1, Luther, Vanya, number 7, and number 4, Allison. A little disappointing. But the handler, Lila's good, Diego's good, number 5 is brilliant, and Sir Reginald Hargreaves is fucking brilliant. So there's 2/3 a good show in there, and it gets sidetracked by fucking politics. Nando Soups, thank you for the super chat. Crispy Critters, you as well. Snark Boojum. As, what happened to Terrence Von Hegenbottom? Did you cancel him? I like that guy. He's so good for children. You'll have to ask Az. Adam Wolford for $5. Jim Crow is being proven right, and they don't even know it. The Tulis Museum isn't happy of what the show did. So, the Tulis, you mean Tulis isn't happy with what the show did. So if you're ever in Oklahoma, stop in. Says Adam Wolford for $5. Tulsa. You were thinking Tulsa. Okay. If you have a computer, please consider setting it up for a folding at home. We're doing weekly sprints studying candidate medicines for the coof. Says Gunnar Rene Oi for 50 Norwegian krona. Maybe. Please consider setting up a folding at home. Interesting. Mark C, the great Mark C. Generally, art is not to blame for violence. Is it possible that things like Watchmen, The Hunt, and The Purge actually stir the pot, making society accept and allow the riots of the last 8 weeks happen? Maybe. Listen, the riots and the looting, the reason it's happened is because people just mostly want to be left alone and they don't want to be bothered. And there's going to be a point where your comfort will be removed for you unless you fight for it. And right now, we're at the disadvantage because we have something to lose and they don't. Captain Spire for $5. Just think if 7 years ago, someone telling you that you would be the voice of reason for pop culture and entertainment better than Bill and Ted. That's bizarre. Terrence Vaughn Higginbottom for $4.99. I look amazing. Captain Spire for $2. Brie exercise period. The shining hallway scene. Yes. Thank you, Captain Spire. That was good. Left Cross for $4.99. There's an article about Brie Larson workout video being the most relatable thing on the internet. What the fuck? I am mostly a lurker. Love you all. Left Cross. Exactly. What the fuck? And thank you for joining in. Yeah, there's a lot of you out there that are lurkers. And that's fine. That's cool. It's nice to say hi once in a while, though. And make sure to subscribe. Hey, make sure to subscribe here. We are 1,200 away from 30,000 subs. Saved Doctor Who Wallach for £5 British. Would any of the shows we love be made today in the original way if the creator sent a script? No. The answer is simply no. Mahler, I resent that I would use a phone made in a Chinese sweatshop. I use a Samsung. My phone is made in a Vietnamese sweatshop, says Mark C for $5. There you go. Black Tiger 001 for 5 Canadian pesos. Jeremy, when Naughty Dog took down your stream, what happened to the super chats? I know I super chatted you then. Did my money go where it intended? Black Tiger 001, it did. They do not take super chats when they pull down the stream, but it makes it impossible for Jeremy to see them. So no, Jeremy got the money. I can absolutely confirm that. Keaton Smith. Hale all. Gary, any chance you could give the Lucent comic on Indiegogo a shout out? Absolutely fantastic artwork. The story sounds awesome. R.I.P. Doctor Who. Yeah, let's it's the Lucent comic on Indiegogo. Give me just a moment and we'll take a look. Cool. Pretty cool. I like it. So if you want to check it out, it's called Lucent, The Lucent, Lucent, and it's on Indiegogo. George Wrighton, Brie Larson has a face like a foot. Oh, wow, for £2. It's very average, right? Ryan Dulecci for $9.99. The actual alt-right is genuinely racist plus anti-Semitic. It was a rebranding of neo-Nazism. Of course, this group is tiny compared to the amount of people on the radical left. Still a nasty group, and they most definitely are. Anybody who is anti-Semitic or racist is no friend of mine. Yet, I haven't met one. I used to know skinheads back in the 80s who were actual racists, and we used to fight them all the time. I was a Dead Kennedys punk rock fan. I had the No Nazi Punks armband. I still have it, by the way. George, what do you have against feet? Asked John Ellis Bush for $1.99. Who knows? You're going to have to ask George. I love when super chats respond to each other. Chris Knight for $1.99. Let's be real. This was a body call. Maybe 20 Norwegian krona from Gunnar Rene Oi. You're not even close to baseline. Not even close. He's talking about Brie. Big Red Bullfrog for 20 euros. Fix Brie in a single piston device on high. Leave. All right. 200-watt studio for $2. That cookie Brie ate threw itself up. Epstein. John Ellis Bush for $1.99. To quote Rags, she is titanically ugly. I agree with Rags. Hi, Rags. The Box Roast for $5. Drinker, let me get this right. Drinker, you devilishly debonair debutante. Oh, donut. I thought it was going to be debutante. Okay. Drinker, you devilishly debonair donut. What would you recommend to drink to forget about Brie the Cheese Larson's period? Alcohol. I'll just do it for him. Alcohol. Noti1 for $5. I don't care if a 40-year-old man doesn't want to hear about my period. You will still listen. That's good. Love everyone here, especially Critical Drinker. I'm punching out. Can't stand her. Back later, says Jory75 for $9.99. I don't blame you at all, buddy. Man of War 665. If I had only known, I would have suggested a drinker game every period. Yeah, there you go. Louis the Plank for $2. I bet Brie is great at doing planks. Ooh, yes. Crispy Critters for $2. Stop test bars. It's not 1996. No one does that now. No, they don't. To paraphrase John Travolta, if she had a thought go through her head, it would be the quickest trip in Northern California. To paraphrase John Travolta, if she had a thought go through her head, it would be the quickest trip in North America, says J. Pat for 5 Canadian pesos. Boba Yogi for $10. Love all you guys and gals. Gary, Will, Az, Odin, Andre, and whatever Jeremy chooses to be today. Thanks for making my Friday nights bearable under quarantine. You are quite welcome, and thank you for making our Friday nights bearable. Oscar Meyer for $2. The next Joe Rogan. God, I would settle for Joe Rogan's janitor, to be honest with you. Rob Slevin for $5. Rob Slevin for $5. When you're raised in Hollywood, you don't really have a chance to grow up to be an asshole. There you go. Screw the Bobbin for £5. Please stop showing the dire Brie content. She's like walking, talking kryptonite, and it's destroying my will to live. I'd sooner watch Mike Zero. After hearing Drinker's comments on Brie, are we looking more of a tragic case or a real deal opportunist? No, she's an opportunist, Ian Slayer. Drinker's a kind person. I tried to be kind, but she is here for opportunism and attention. She doesn't need to be on YouTube. She is filthy rich. Darkstar76, here's a few for the move, my friend. She comes on YouTube and tells me not to comment. Shit, F her. I didn't know I could hate her more. Every time that car ad plays, I want to throw up in my own Nissan. Oh, and I own a Nissan. I thought he said his own Nissan, sorry. Yeah, well, I try to avoid that commercial. You know, I've been unplugged from cable forever, so I don't see too many commercials anymore, and I'm grateful. Mark C for $5. Silly actress Brie. You don't throw up during the workout. You purge yourself after the meal. He's not wrong. Anto June for $19.99. Iger. Everything was fine with our system until the Star Wars revenue was shut off by Dickless here, Kathleen Kennedy. It was Rianne, and I kicked him to the curb. Shareholders. Is this true? Friday Night Tights. Yes, it's true. This Kennedy has no Johnson. Well done. Well done. Macho Madness for $100 US. Owen Benjamin left Hollywood, started his own podcast, called out disgusting Hollywood before Gervais and Chappelle built a farm, preached family values. I could go on forever. Look up Leftist Fitness Instructor by Owen. It's pretty spicy, but you won't regret it. Well, now's the time to look it up. Sorry, Macho Madness. Too spicy. Christopher Gary, you missed my super chats 2 weeks in a row, but I forgive you. Not because the Bible tells me, but because moving blows. Christopher, a.k.a. the Good Reverend, I do apologize for that. And Lady Gravemaster is compiling a list of missed ones over the week. It'll probably be in a second part. What just happened is unbelievable. I just recorded about an hour on mute. So I'm having to restart this, and I don't know if I'm going to be able to finish tonight, but I will try. Damn it. Human being. Drinker. Watch Southland Tales with my family, and I've lost all the movie picking privileges that I had left. Bummer. Well, you shouldn't have picked that one. Not another dime for 1776. Thanks, Gary, et al. For Friday Night Tights. Rather pay you for the months of entertainment during the beer bug than buy new stupid Trek, Dr. What the Fuck, and Disney Star Wars. Thanks for adding Lady Gravemaster. She has been a godsend. Thank you very much. Fame Bright Studio for £2. Drinker. I want a review of Labyrinth, which we did read on Friday Night Tights, and he said he'd put it on his very lengthy list. North American Hamrammer. I read this one too. Gary, you told me to give Jeremy of Geeks Gamer another chance a month ago, and so far they've totally redeemed themselves. Haha, but where is the Mario Kart? That's right. Samurai. Unicorn Store is exactly who Brie is as a person for $2. I agree, and I said that in my review. 6 turning, 4 burning for $5. So once again, Jeremy has time for tranny DNA and no time for the High Council. That is true. Screw the Bobbin for £5. Brie Larson's workout wear. Friday night blood on your tights. Ooh. Joseph Ralph Faria for $10. The Drinker is in the house. Awesome. I had to make popcorn to watch this FNT. Love you guys. And you inspire me to start my own podcast. Will you hire Iger if they fire him? The fandom menace will never die. Yeah, we need people to take out the trash. Popeltine for £5. All hail Drinker. Insert thumbs up. Oh, hang on. That sounds wrong. Yeah, it does, but it's fine. Thomas Gilkey says, so much love for all of you people. Back at you. James Fowler for $5. No relation to Tess Fowler, right? I'm the one that's gaslighting. Ugh, choke me. Choke me. The Motley 1969, who donated $500 on the last live stream and $50 here and sent me a very nice email. You are a wonderful person. Thank you for all the words of encouragement. I appreciate you. Bless you, my friend. Spectre Von Baron for $2. The Road to Serfdom by Hayek lays all this out, and I will have to read that. Aeronaut, thank you for the phallic unicorn. What did Marxists use before candles? Electricity. Andrew Hoyle, that is a good one. Thank you for the $5 or 5.26 British pounds and pence. The Burnett Work for $20. This stream is like reading Secret Wars in the mid-'80s. My friend, it was, and we need to get you on the show, Lady Gravemaster. If you're watching this, please get Robert Meyer Burnett back on the show ASAP. Nicholas Horton for £5. You're right to be worried about the Time Lord Victorious event, Gary. Dr. Karen will be involved after all. I knew it was a bait and switch. I knew it. Hey, Jeremy, have you played the new Destroy All Humans remake? It feels good to play a game that's actually fun and not worrying about being PC. Thank you for the $6.99 Canadian DCG. And it is nice. Christopher Harris for $4.99. Yes, thank you, Andre. The original definition of woke is not what it's been co-opted into nowadays. Totally two different definitions. Unfortunately, now it is the definition that we all know. Doesn't matter what it started out as. It has been co-opted and taken over. 13th Warrior for $5. James Lindsay has a social justice encyclopedia, translations from the wokish on his website. New discourses. He tries to update these definitions, and they have to be updated all the time because they're changing words. Mr. Slaughter for $4.99. Ted Wheeler is both mayor and police chief of Portland. Fuck that dude and is pandering to the vocal minority so he can get elected to higher office. Yeah, fuck that dude. Chi the Floffy, thank you for the 20 Swedish krona and the super sticker. Fred Sacco for $50. Keep up the excellent work, gentlemen. Looking forward to season 2 of Star Trek Picard, The Search for Intersectional Feminism, where he battles a sentient Dukes of Hazzard car voiced by Stacy Keach. I love that super chat. Shane McGonagall, no relation to Professor McGonagall, and I do like the Harry Potter books quite a bit, and I like the movies too. Fuck it. $5 Australian dollars. I love this show. It reminds me of just a bunch of mates sitting around and talking nerd stuff. I really love it. Thanks, guys, for your great work. And thank you, Shane McGonigal. We appreciate you. And we are just a bunch of ladies and blokes sitting around being idiotic nerds, but it's fun. There is nothing borderline religious about woke. It is full-on religion. It is modern-day Hinduism. It is non-theistic religion. I completely agree. And if I said it was borderline, I was mistaken. It is fundamentalist. It is fucking Taliban. Ryan for $5. That doesn't look like someone with a cervix. No, it doesn't. It doesn't. Victorian Cyborg, Gary, and Az shippers versus Az and Jeremy shippers. Well, they're all going to be disappointed after Friday Night Tights this weekend. They are. Dark Lord Mad Ruth for 5 Canadian pesos. What is the other Smash Mouth hit? You put that stupid song in my head. I know there is one, but I can't think of it right now, and I'm sorry. I hope it's out of your head by now. Screw the Bobbin for £2. Stop the Atlantic article and put the Brie Larson back on. I know, it was that bad. Steven Steele, thank you for the super sticker for $5. For $20, Hale, Gary, very impressed how you groomed the drinker for the show tonight and what I assume would be a love bombing comics division to be here every week. Well, yes, I have been love bombing comics division without a doubt. Siberius for $5. I have been sitting on an English anti-terrorism interview that's about 30 minutes long. It's something that should be heard. Gary at nerdrotic.com. Please send it there. Patreon lost their motion to dismiss. Yes, they did, Oscar Mayer, and it was a good thing for $2. For $10, the Legion of Reason. A social justice claims are unfalsifiable. All social justice claims are unfalsifiable. They are excuses for every criticism leveled at them. The author should visit the socialist paradise of Venezuela. And of course, we're talking about the cancel culture is fueled by capitalism bullshit article from The Atlantic that we were covering. Brian Christou for $5. Wanted to thank you lads for supporting Comicsgate and standing up against the SJW insanity. They can't cancel us. We bypass the gatekeepers. Exactly. And that's what's making them cray-cray. Guard Goldsman for $25 US. Great show. When the BBC cut Faulty Towers Germans episode, John Cleese rightly claimed cancel culture, but mistakenly said it was a product of the right censoriousness. It's cultural Marxism and postmodernism behind this, and I agree. Justin Foster for $10. Before I pushed a Jeep single-handedly yesterday, I talked to my personal trainer about my coom. I love talking about my coom. Justin Foster loves talking about his coom for 10 Canadian pesos. Good morning from Australia, says Doctor Who Real for 10 Australian dollars. The Great Mark C for $5. I don't understand the kneeling. I'd rather live on my defeat than live. I'd rather die on my defeat than live on my knees. I screwed that up, but thank you, Mark C. Ghost Mon for $2. Belches and freedom for you and your kin. Hail, hail. Timothy Wolf, thank you for the 99-cent donation. Jason Smoot, thank you for the phallic unicorn for $1.49. Brie Larson's period for $1.99 says, please notice me. Redhead for $4.99 says, drinker, have you ever worn a kilt in public? If yes, did any Pakistani men follow you home? The answer was yes, I believe. I believe it was yes. Oscar Mayer for $5. Just because you hate Jeremy doesn't mean you can't like the stream. Well, that's true. Rover, $9.99. Hail, Gary, if Texas doesn't pan out, you can always move to the village. And as a large white ball whose primary mode of traveling is rolling, I can assure you that there's no poop on the street. Nope. What number would I be, though? The prequels are The Godfather compared to Kennedy's Johnson verse, says Pablo Papano. And that is true. And that makes me want to watch The Godfather. Is there a Blu-ray of The Godfather in the chronological order? I know there's a VHS. I would love to have that. Fright Night Fights Special Edition, Octagon Ring with the Mud Pit, Last Person Standing. My money is on Az, but I wouldn't count out Lady Gravemaster. I wouldn't either. She was a Marine, Daniel, for $5. I think Anomaly Inc. doing his video series of the prequel shows I think a lot of people missed what he was doing in those movies and brings new light to them. Well, I know what George was trying to do. He just didn't execute it very well. Thank you, Armor Red Core Kid for $10. Thank you. CB News and Reviews for £2. The drinker leaves and it becomes all-out war. This is true. It did get a little salty there. Pablo Papano for $5. Tommy Boy companies are sold 20% above value. It's pretty standard. Pudding Tang 2 for $50. Star Wars The Force Awakens made $2 billion and showing a huge pent-up demand for it. It was uniquely positioned to be a franchise that would have had 3 generations of family involved. Star Wars, done properly, would have continued to be a huge franchise. You are not wrong. Pablo Papano for $5. Tommy Kin's saturation isn't a thing. Paranormal Activity saw The Purge, scary movie. Marvel is oversaturated. Yeah, it is. It is. Big as 169, 52 today. Thanks for an awesome birthday. Happy birthday, Big as 169. You are only a year older than I am. I've got a birthday coming up in within the next 2 weeks. Andrew Cole for $4.99. The sequel trilogy was doomed from the start, as no IP has successfully had 2 heroes' journeys, especially concerning Star Wars. Well said, Andrew Cole. We have 3 phallic unicorns from Jason C. Culture Casino and Brie Larson's Period for 99 cents and $1.49 respectively. Thank you very much, gentlemen and lady. Orion's Rage for $4.99. Lady Grave Masters Episode 10. Luke wakes up and finds J.R. Ewing in the shower after dreaming he died. Thus, Dallas and Star Wars become the true dyad of the Force. Right. Just wanted to say Viva Capitalismo, says Brown Gaijin for $2. Carlos Batista for $5. Nerdrotic, isn't Zoe Quinn the woman who got an indie game developer to self-delete and still got a job at DC? Yes, indeed. Makote Matisco, and that is pronounced Makote. I'm sorry, Makote Matisco. And this is one of 2. Unfortunately, the original EU is the only thing I'll accept. You'd have so much material to work with. Just would have to pay a few people for their prior work. One of 2. 2 of 2, I would have paid to see Dark Forces adaptation on film or TV, but as a paying customer, Disney knows better than me. What knows better? Disney knows better than me what I want. Sorry. It's getting late. I'm getting tired. Steven Steele, thank you for the super sticker for $3. Louis the Plank, has anyone heard Katie Sackhoff's voice when she does the character Bitch Pudding on Robot Chicken? Yes, I have. LMFAO. Yes. Craig McDiffrit for $2. I'm sorry, that's Craig McDiffit. Always a ride. Love you guys. We love you right back. Comrade Care Bear. Is Tom King virtue signaling to Hollywood, trying to get his foot in the door and get a job? Well, he got one. He's writing Internals right now with Ava DuVernay. Dag the Gnome for $10. Season 2 is just more woke trash. Luther and Diego are both totally emasculated. The woke storylines have absolutely no bearing on the overall plot, and they can't go 5 minutes without getting political. Well, Dag, yeah, those they did get sidetracked, and I go over that in my review. Andy P for $5. As made Brie's uterus explode like Henry Cavill did in Anna at That Star Wars Girl. Oh, well, there you go. When he was putting his computer together. There you go. Edge Scoreborer for $5. Why is violence against men by the hands of women so accepted? But it's the abuse the other way. I'd hate for my son to think being hit by a woman is okay, because it's not. It's not. The X pronouns coming to no theater anywhere, says Latino Slant for $2. Rob Atlas for $5. The best Star Trek merch recently released is the new scale model of the original shuttlecraft. Again, though, that's hobby stuff. It's awesome, but it's hobby stuff. So that's not going to pay for Star Trek. Lord Brie of the Rings, Second Age of the Heavy Period, says Latino Slant for $2. Brie Larson's Period brings us another phallic unicorn. Then we have Ballistic Brian with a phallic unicorn and a super sticker from Doom's Cock, which is a banana. Then Rock Flanagan sends a super sticker, and it's for $3, $1.49, $1.99, and 99 cents. Jason Smoot for $10. Gary, you nailed it. Also, Graveyard Shift 3. Hale. Heard Logman is making a T. Louis 2 vid. Exciting. He is Flubber 11 USA. He is. Roger P. I was 13 when Star Wars came out. Saw it 42 times that summer. We did it in a balcony between showings. We hid in a balcony between showings. Did it? Oh, that's weird. And after The Force Awakens, I'm no longer interested in Star Wars. Yep. Jason Smoot for $10. Another great stream. Play Oxmal on Lord Finatra's channel. Yeah, I've never heard of that. I don't even know what that is. I'll have to check it out though. Have you seen Tess lying about CG? The panel's thoughts? Yeah, Tess Fowler, Bob Gable for $5. I don't know exactly what she said, but I know there's some scuttlebutt out there about somebody going after her, not saying something about her cancer. I don't know again if it's true. If they did say that, they shouldn't have said that. If they didn't say it, then don't worry about it. When do you think they will torture the child in season 2? Well, I think they should kill the child because the child is going to become too much of a MacGuffin that you're going to rely on in The Mandalorian. 200-watt studio, and I think it's going to be all of it. I think it should just be called The Child at this point. 200-watt studio for $2. Do you think the child will have a girlfriend? Yeah. I mean, he's 50. Destroy the child, consume them all, says Flubber11 USA for $2. Indeed. Jack White, this mentality with Star Wars and comics comes from crap science saying biology doesn't not play a factor in what people get into. Yeah, that's bullshit. Andre Fernandez for $50. I only hear Lady Gravemaster. This stream doesn't pass the Bechdel test. How dare you cancel all of you. Cancel Jeremy. Viking Insane for $2. Lower Decks is like a sassy Saturday morning cartoon. It's shit. It's a shitty Saturday morning cartoon. Is that what you meant? A shitty? Not a sassy. Why did I say sassy? You meant shitty. Excuse me, Tom, says John Ellis Bush for $1.99. The ship design of Lord Drex is absolutely stupid. How do you get from the saucer to engineering section? Oh, here, Hale, the Fandom Menace, says the Grand Inquisitor for $5. I agree. Strong Women, Nausicaa from Nausicaa of the Valley of the Winds from Studio Ghibli, says Sci-Fi Freak for $5. Okay. Besides SJW, what's the proper demonym for woke people? NPCs, Flubber11 USA for $2, $4.99. The Tweaky Kid, Hale, and bitty booty, because that's what the Golden Girl bot says to the panel. Zeden Star Shadow for $2. No mask is $500 fine. In Minnesota is a $500 fine. Holy shit. Pablo Pano for $5. Gary, it's like Dice said about San Francisco. You can butt slam your buddy, but you can't smoke a friggin' Marlboro. Oh, Random Guard for $19.99. Oh, on a gun, he says I have roughly 1562 fire. What? On a gun, he say I have roughly 1,562 firearms, and those are just rifles and 6 pallets of ammunition, including military-grade training. My entire block is ex-military. We've already been deputized for this hurricane season. Says Fandom Guard for $19.99. Good. We got a super sticker from Dana Bailey for $5 and from Bear Nerd Fun for 99 cents. Thank you very much, respectively. Stephen Shawcraft for $4.99. Any thoughts about Lucifer? I thought the show was okay. Mrs. Nerdrotic liked it a lot. And the final super chat of the evening of this super chat square up is for $5 from Pablo Pipano. Dice Man said about San Francisco, you can butt slam your buddy at a bus stop, but you can smoke a fraction Marlboro. A fraction Marlboro? You can butt slam your buddy at the bus stop, but you can smoke a fraction, but you can't smoke a Marlboro. Probably, Pablo. It's all right. Things get lost in the translation, and I understand. So, that's it. That was a long one, and we still have more to go. So hopefully I'll have the makeup one this week, but I don't know. Man, it's going to be nuts. It's going to be nuts, but I'm going to do what I can. I have been in this office all day. It has been a hell of a lot of fun, but I do have to actually get some packing done. So I'm off. Please like, share, and subscribe. I'll see you on Friday Night Tights. Have no idea who the guest is. Lady Gravemaster knows more than I do, and I will see you in the next video.
Nerdrotic.com